everybody. Happy New Year. Happy 2019. Welcome back to the Dining Room Table. I'm Carlton.
I'm Kendra.
Yes, and we are back for new season.
Yeah.
Yes, new
season.
new
Took
beginning.
a little fall break.
Took a long break. A long break. But we had some things, some good things happen with our family, some changes happening. Of course, during the season last time, Cameron and Nakia, they moved to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Well, now they have their own house.
Yay.
So, yay for them. They have their own house, them and Kyler. So, congratulations to them and the two dogs, Scout and Bella. So, they have their own house. And then our sister, Carmen, she's also now officially moved to Atlanta. So, she's not with us now. And she's engaged.
Yay.
So, we have a new brother-in-law coming into our family. So, a lot of changes happening with the Clay family, so we're excited.
And with that being said, don't expect any changes like that to happen with me as far as marriage and children. So
no time soon.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
The only change I'm looking forward is to get this money. Hopefully have my own house.
Yeah.
I'll still come.
With the house.
I'll still come here to this house to the dining room table, but I want to have my own house, my own residence, and to eat. Absolutely. But that's only big changes I'm looking forward to having. Get this money.
Walking in my path.
Right, walking in the passion, because, I don't see the wife and the kids anytime.
Yeah.
So.
Don't rush it, brother. Don't rush it.
Anyway, but speaking of change, we're changing our format a little bit here. Of course, with the absence of our two siblings, we want to keep the show going, but we decided we're going to add guests. So now this is called the Dining Room Table with them Clays and friends. So
Barney and friends.
So we're gonna have some friends join us each and every week to just talk about different things we're gonna talk about. Again, this show's talk about just lifestyle things. We're not talking about current events and stuff like that. We're talking about just everyday topics that people can talk about. And today's topic, of course, we're talking about change. That's the big thing we're gonna talk about. We have Carlos Hall here with us today. Welcome, Carlos, to the Dining Room Table.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Also
chilling with the Clays. minus some Clays.
Right.
We're good.
We're talking about change again. We're going into 2019. We're in 2019, and of course, people make those New Year's resolutions, different things like that, things they want to improve. So just talking about some different things like that. For me, I made a conscious decision to change my social media presence. Mm-hmm. I took for people who don't know, I took a social media hiatus. I took a little cleanse in December. After I put out the last episode of Sweet Mahogany, I disappeared. Didn't tell nobody, wasn't making no announcement. I just went ahead and just went off. Mm-hmm. I did that for me, for my mental capacity, because you get so bogged down with social media, how many likes and shares and who ain't liking your stuff and who ain't sharing your stuff. It just it's a lot. And then I didn't realize I got on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I didn't realize how much time I was spending on social media. I was spending a lot of time on you find yourself getting lost in Instagram looking at stuff for 2 hours.
You do.
So for me, I was like, I stepped back. I found myself I realized I was picking up my phone first, and as soon as I opened my eyes, I'm picking up my phone, and I need to be picking up that Bible. So I definitely made a conscious decision. I'm going to make sure that I pick up my Bible first. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm picking it up first and make sure I spend that time with God first to get myself together and get myself spiritually centered and grounded before I start the day. I think that's important. That's important. Still working on the food thing. Yeah. This is what my vision was. My vision in my head was I'm gonna get on social media. I'm gonna come back in January. I'm gonna be fine. And that didn't happen.
How you got that?
Because my plan was to eat better while I was on my cleanse, and I didn't cleanse my body, so I was still eating them 4 Though. But
oh man,
one thing at a time.
One thing at a time.
Baby steps.
The baby's right, exactly.
Baby shark.
Not baby shark, Lord. But yeah, just kind of making those little small stuff. I did a vision board this year. I didn't do one last year. I did one for this year. But the problem was, I think I didn't do one last year because I got discouraged because 2017 I did one and then nothing was really happening. Yeah. But what I figured out was I wasn't specific.
Okay.
This year I made a conscious decision to be specific. What exactly am I working towards? And I think the reason I wasn't specific was because I was scared to write something specific, and if it doesn't happen, then I'll be disappointed. Right. This year I said, no, I need to be specific in my goals. What is it that I'm trying to accomplish? What is it that I want to change about myself? And how can I go about doing that?
And like you got with that, you can't put no time limit like on your goals. Like I mean, you have your short term goals and your long term goals, but you need to be realistic about certain situations.
Yeah.
So you can't, you know, with that like a vision board, you can't get discouraged just because something didn't happen within that year. As long as you're working towards that, then that's you know progress.
Right.
Now, if you
Life
didn't do
happens.
nothing, right? If you ain't doing nothing, then of course you will be discouraged because you ain't putting no effort towards it. But if you know you working towards it, you good.
Right.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So.
Now Carlos, you were open. Like I wasn't on Facebook, but I had people ask me about it, and of course you talked to me about it before you even put it out there, so I already knew.
Right.
But you're dealing with the major life change, so if you want to talk about that briefly.
I am. A big change, you know, for me. As you know, I'm a you know, family man, you know, and recently went through a divorce, and it's been a different change for me. And you know, with the change, it just there's that moment that's just so uncomfortable. You know, sometimes I think that's the people's biggest fear of change is that you know, a feeling of being uncomfortable for a while, but. You know, I think, you know, it's getting better every day for me. And I think if people can, you know, see, you know, where it's going and, you know, faith in God is your biggest strength, knowing He's your source. And, you know, if you know everything's going to be all right. As long as, you know, God is involved, it's going to be all right. And, but it's been an adjustment for me, you know, because just, you know, being with family, you know, going home, you know, to your family, you know, every day, and now, you know, being out of the home and back and forth, and you know, I guess the biggest change for me was because I take fatherhood so serious, and it was like I felt like I was, you know, always up for Best Father of the Year award, and now, you know, I kind of started feeling like a part-time dad, and I was like, hold on, this is not me. I got to find a way to, you know, make a change to, you know, adjust and you know, feel like I'm just still doing what I'm supposed to be doing at the level that I want to do it at, you know, being involved. So that was the biggest change.
I got a question. So is your divorce final or y'all going through?
It is. It was final on the last day of 2018, so I was able to leave it in 2018 and move forward.
Okay.
And so I was glad about that.
How are your girls adjusted?
They are, well, I'll say this. They tell me that, you know, it's fine. And, you know, my job, I work swing shifts. So I work fronts and in the day sometimes. Then I work nights. And my oldest daughter, she's 13. And she said, pretty much feels like I'm on working night shift all the time. Because, you know, I would be back and forth. They wouldn't see me much. And then on my days off, you know, we would spend, you know, time together. So it's, so the job, I think, you know, actually prepared for this moment, you know, to make it a little bit easier, I think. But I think they may be taking it a little harder than they're telling me, but we're trying to make it as easy as possible.
Gotcha. Now, what advice? I know you just kind of going through it, you're just starting out. Because I know a lot of people. I know people that jump as soon as they get out of a relationship, they jump into the next one.
Right.
It's like I know people. It's like you just broke up with old buddy, and it's like you now dating somebody 2 days later. Like what advice could you give somebody about like getting to know yourself? Because I know you're working on that too.
Right.
So like, what advice could you give to somebody about that? 'Cause I know that's very important. I think people miss that step. They're either afraid of that change of being alone that they're afraid to be by themselves. So what advice can you give somebody like, yo, slow, pump the brakes?
Yeah. That's exactly what I would say. Pump the brakes. Sit down somewhere, you know. Sit down somewhere and focus, you know, on you. And you have to, man. I'm like, you know, of course, since I made my announcement, it has been some... you know,
your DMs
we get some messages, but
he's a handsome fella. I was about to say how, but he's not trying to,
right. And but yeah, I think you do need that time when you're, you know, always with someone. You know, you kind of become, you know, you plan things around them, and you know, you don't do certain things because of, you know, you're thinking about them, and you have to. You know, just say, all right, well, this is a moment that I'm going to, you know, go through my it can be you can call it a cleanse and say, this is I'm a detox and focus on me and make the vision board, whatever you feel like you need to do and focus on what your purpose is, what God has for you. And a lot of times, people always say, well, I don't have a passion, I don't have I don't know my purpose. But I think the first steps comes with, and we always, we grow up in church and you always hear people say, put God first. And people don't, I guess, know what that means. But, if you do, start and end your day and throughout your day, with God in it, keep him close to you, then I think you find your passion through that. If you put God first, then your passion comes without you even knowing it. So you find your purpose through putting God first. And that's what I think people don't understand. They say, I don't have a passion, I can't find a purpose. But if you put God first, then all that comes together, I think.
Gotcha. That's very good. Very good advice. Very good advice. I think, like I said, for me, I don't like change. I told my sister that I don't really like change. It's hard for me to get used to. When I'm used to something, that's what I'm used to.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to be like,
I'm the same way.
Like and even just being all transparent, even with the welcoming of our new siblings, like with the Kia, it was different. Like having to get used to it wasn't a Kia. It was my brother being married.
Yeah. Because we still look at him like how parents look at us like little kids still.
Right.
We still look at him like that's our little brother.
Right.
Yeah.
And he doing more adult stuff than us.
Yeah, we are. Right.
So,
He's become our dad.
Yeah.
In a
So
way.
it's kind of different. So I get that. Like you said, it wasn't really about a Kia.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's something with Kyler. It's like when Kyler was when they told us about the baby, it was like having to adjust to that. Oh, my brother might be a dad.
Yeah.
So it's different. And now with Carmen,
she's
engaged now. That it's different for me with my sisters. I think it's different for guys with their sisters. But like for me with Carmen, it was like, because like I always said, like Carmen was like my baby, like Cam was like Kendra's baby. Like that's kind of how we sort of whatever. But like for me, it's like wow, my little sister's getting married. So when she told me, she said she was nervous to tell me because she knew I was gonna react.
Right.
We didn't know how because she asked me about it. And I was gonna be the one to tell Carson because I was like, if he react crazy, I'm just like, you just need to get over it.
Yeah.
I was like, look, dude, watch out.
We do that though. We do that with our sisters. My sister was scared to tell me when she was having her child and all. So.
Yeah. So it's just like I said. I'm excited. I'm excited now because I think what the thing was with DJ. That's my sister's fiance's name. I didn't really know him. And it's kind of the same thing with a kid. We didn't know her like that either. But once you get to know them, it's like, oh, they're like a part of the family. So it's all good. We're embracing. I'm excited that we've had a new sister for a year now, right? A year.
It's been almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years this year.
Okay.
Yeah, in July it'll be 2 years.
So Akia will have been a part of our lives for 2 years,
Yeah.
and then we get a new brother. So I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited. This is great change for our family.
Yeah. And we're a tight knit family, so we kind of like the camaraderie.
Right.
Everybody,
Them clays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing was, somebody told me they loved the way that we've embraced Akia. They was like, I love how y'all call her y'all sister. And y'all just and I said, yeah, that's what she is. She's our sister.
Yeah.
So same rules apply. Don't mess with her.
Because some people do say like, people be like, that's my brother's wife, a lot of times.
I say sometimes it depends on the person. If I say sister in love, so I don't confuse them. I want people thinking that's my sister's sister.
Right.
Like,
I think I confuse people at my work when I say that. I be like, yeah, my brother and my sister. They're probably like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was saying my brother and sister got a house, and they're thinking Carmen and Cameron got a house. I'm like, no, my brother and his wife.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you gotta.
Yeah.
Some people don't
clarify.
You gotta clarify sometimes, but people don't really understand. But it's all good. We love each other, because we're excited about the good things we're happening with our family. We're excited for you, Carlos. You got new things happening for you as well as you embrace your newness in 2019. Do you have any things you're working on besides Brotherhood? I know that's the one.
I do, preparing for Brotherhood, making sure I've been reading my script every day.
Every day. He ready.
But yeah, some other things are coming. Of course, Michael Murrows, we've been working on the show, Mic Check, and we're still kind of in the works. We did two shows live so far, and we're still trying to work out some kinks.
Okay.
So, but be on the lookout for that on Facebook. We'll be posting about it. Yeah, I'm gonna be. Hey, sky's the limit. I'm gonna be all out 2019. This is it.
Gotcha. That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, you brought up something about church, which is interesting because that's gonna be our next week's topic. We're gonna talk about church next week. Just about how we grew up in the church and why some people may not go to church. So we're gonna talk about that next week. So we thank y'all so much for joining us on this edition of the Dining Room Table. We promise we're gonna be a little bit more consistent this time. You know, life happens and you just gotta roll with it. So, Carlos, thank you so much for joining us on Dining Room Table.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and we'll be back next week. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all be blessed. Peace. Bye, guys. Thank y'all for watching.